Okay, let's go talk to the village elder. The heat of flames, burning flesh, and the charred smell of blackened bones. Amidst the screams and cries of the villagers and their children, no matter how many years pass, the terrible events of the war remain ingrained in my mind. Ooh, yeah. That's not good. I see you're all together. What brings you all up here today? Are you here for a visit? No, not exactly. We're actually here on business. Although, if it's possible, I'd really like a glass of your fruit wine. Shara, now's not the time. Ho ho, things in the world never go like you expect, do they? By the way, I never got a chance to ask you until now, but you don't happen to be one of Agate's companions, do you? Well, we're all members of the same guild, but we're not companions, exactly. More like adversaries? He was very adversarial, when we met him earlier. We know him by face, and that's probably about it. And we know he's rude. I see. So he's traveling by himself as usual, huh? The village elder closed his eyes for a moment as a look of sadness passed over his aged features. So Agate is from this village, then. I guess. What's wrong, sir? It's nothing, really. Please pardon my expression. Anyway, what brings you to this rural village of ours? Don't tell me that another dangerous monster showed up in the area. No, actually we're in the middle of an investigation concerning the missing airliner. We came here because we heard there was a report of some kind of sighting. Ah, I see. The Royal Army came here and investigated that the other day. However, they searched around the area and ended up leaving empty-handed. Well, we're not the Royal Army, we're better, so, you know. Really, is that so? Well, what about the person who saw the flying silhouette in the sky? It was one of the children in the village here, a boy named Lewey. He apparently saw some suspicious shadow making its way across the sky on the night of the incident. But he's a kid any way you think about it, so he may have just imagined the whole thing while he was half asleep. Imagined it, huh? I guess the best thing we can do then is ask him directly. You're probably right about that. Thank you for your time, sir. Don't mention it. If there's anything else I can help you with, don't hesitate to ask. Yes. Tell me why Agate is, so mean. Louis should be here somewhere in the village. The village is rather small, so I'm sure you'll be able to find him without any trouble. Speaking of the war, I saw that young man for the first time in years. If he'd let me know he was coming, I could have cleaned up the house for him. Okay. Have you visited the gravesite here in the village? Oh, yeah. Okay, so nothing's changed with the other villagers. Yeah. Okay, nothing's changed with the other villagers. So let's just go talk to Louis then. Huh? I haven't seen you guys around here before. We saw you just the other day, dude. Are you merchants here to buy fruit? Actually, no, we're here for a different reason. As a matter of fact, we're bracers. Bracers? You mean like Agate? I don't know, you don't look all that strong to me, especially because you're a girl. Oh, you would get along so well with Luke. You and Luke. Just, you know, best of friends. Ugh, why don't you tell me how you really feel? But after seeing my great skill with the staff, do you think you can still call me weak? I mean, not if you whack him on the head with it. Let's go. Whack. Wow, that's amazing. It's like a tornado. You were a few inches off there, Estelle. Just a couple of inches off his head. Huh, I hope you've learned your lesson that looks can be deceiving. Now, how about another amazing demonstration with my staff that pushes you into the water? Estelle, be careful. Wasn't it just yesterday that you hit yourself in the face doing that? I can see it. Anyway, are you Louis by chance? Yeah. But how do you know my name? We heard from the village elder. He said you saw some kind of flying shadow. Do you think you could tell us a little bit more about what you saw that night? Sure, if you want. But the soldiers from the army already searched the place and didn't find anything. That's fine, we're not worried about that. Do you think you could just tell us what you saw? In as much detail as you can remember? Okay, I'll try. You see, I like watching the stars at night. So I often sneak out of my house at night to come here and look at the stars. And the other night when I was out here looking up at the stars, I saw 2 shadows moving across the sky. Now hold on a minute here. You say you saw 2 shadows? Yeah, that's right. And they were different sizes too, kind of like a mom leading a kid. 2 shadows, 2 sizes. That's consistent with an airliner and a Sky Bandit airship if you think about it. I wasn't thinking about it, but okay. Thank you for connecting the dots, Shara. Yeah, the aircraft we ran across in the woods was definitely smaller than a typical airliner. And the 2 shadows just kept on flying north, until I couldn't see them anymore. So, north is not a direction we know, just saying. There's a trail that continues behind the village, and it leads to an old septium mine which was abandoned some time ago. The soldiers from the army supposedly searched the trail, but didn't come up with anything. They apparently didn't get to the mine, or even if they got to it, they didn't go inside because there was still that padlock on there. Like, I doubt they broke into the mine, searched it, came back out, and then put the padlock back on. So maybe it's in the mine. Although, then the question becomes, how did they fit the airships into the mine? Never mind. Never mind. That's why they said I must have just been dreaming. And then they laughed at me like I didn't know what I was talking about. The little boy's eyes started to well up with tears. Ah, enough of that. You're a boy, right? And boys don't cry. Come on, Estelle. Anybody can cry. We're not like those stupid soldiers. We don't think you're telling a lie either, and we're going to prove it. Really? Darn straight, you just leave it to us. Come on, Estelle, don't make promises we can't keep. So no more crying, okay? Okay. We're just never gonna come back to town. If we don't find anything, we're just gonna not come back to town ever again. You're a real nice person. As usual, she's got a knack with the kids. Yeah, maybe it's a virtue. I thought Joshua was the one who was good with kids. Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? It's nothing. Let's focus on the task at hand. It looks like we've got stuff to do. Right. Let's hurry and get onto the trail behind the village and see what we can find. Alright. The 2 shadows I saw flying in the sky went north until I couldn't see them anymore. I know I wasn't dreaming. Alright, cool. Gray and Pesca were at each other's throats again today. Gray has been growing fruit well before orchard cultivation spread throughout the village. And it's thanks to him that we were able to re-establish the village after the mine shut down. Maybe that's why he's not very flexible. Gray thinks that the only reason why I want to use machines is so that I can be lazy. He completely misunderstands me. I think we should use a number of cultivation technologies to improve the process. Yeah, you guys could produce more fruit and, I don't know, increase the village's profits even more, I guess. I think it's as my husband says, Gray just misunderstands us. I think if we had a chance to really sit down and talk to him, he would understand where we're coming from. I mean, he just wants to help out, yeah? Oh no, you're Pesca. Who's Gray then? Are you Gray? Oh, you are, okay. These youngins' ways of cultivation are nothing less than crude, thinking only about production instead of quality of taste. It's utterly deplorable in every sense of the word. Okay, dude, okay. They just want to help out, man. Alright, okay, so new people to talk to. I wonder if Louis is still off crying somewhere by himself. I know he told me he saw a shadow flying through the air the other night, but any normal person would think he mistook an animal for what he saw. I mean, animals that big? Come on. My husband is as stiff as a board and stuck in his ways. In fact, he may just be stuck in his old ways until the day he dies. It seems like recently my husband has had a difference of opinion with one of the young men in the village. I think it's just like he says. I've heard that when our fathers were children, there was a dragon still around here somewhere. I'd love to see a dragon for real, even if only just one time. Me too, kid. Me too. Me too. I think it's partly Louis' fault that people don't believe him. When he first talked about seeing some suspicious silhouettes, he said he thought they were dragons. And dragons are creatures from ancient times, right? So saying something like that is not going to help people believe your story. I mean, makes sense, I guess. But I totally believe there are dragons. I believe it. When it becomes the right season, people can come and experience picking fresh fruit from the trees. Did you hear that, Joshua? We can come here and pick fruit. Can we come here again sometime so we can gorge ourselves on all the good stuff around here? I should have figured you'd say something like that, Estelle. Anyway, I think it's a little early for that. Yeah, that's right. It'll still be another several months before the fruit is ripe. Why do you have to go and say something like that? I got all excited for nothing. Well, let's at least come back again when it's picking season, okay? And when we don't have a job to do. Whatever you say, Estelle. Didn't you say the same thing about shopping and bows? Huh. Oh, nope. I wonder if I should increase the number of dishes that use fruit in them. I'll have to discuss this with Apple later. Oh, look at their names. Her name is like Lemon, but like lemon, right? And then I'm guessing the girl downstairs is named Apple. That's funny. That's funny. That was the elder's house. We were already there, but we can go inside again. We can check it out, you know, see if there's anything new. The silhouette that Lewey saw flying in the sky. I wonder if it could be him. No, it couldn't be. It's been decades since anyone last saw him. The dragon? Could it be the dragon? Do you know where the dragon is? Tell us. Tell us now. It's a daily routine for me and my husband to pay our respects to the deceased. We don't ever want those who lost their lives during the war to feel that they have been forgotten. Nice of you. Nice of you. Still can't go in there. Alright. We already talked to you. Anywhere we haven't been? Even young children were victims of the 100 Days War. It still pains me today when I think about it. Sad. That sucks. Okay. Let's recharge. This is where all our money is going, guys. All our money is going to staying at inns. Oh wait, there was a door over here. Where does that lead? Oh, okay. Well, nobody's in there, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, we'll save. Just because. And we will go to the mines, I guess. Let's go. Gate is secured. Heavy chain and padlock. This looks like the entrance to an abandoned mine. It kind of reminds me of the Malga mine, except for the fact that it's all deserted. It seems that this place was abandoned quite some time ago. The padlock and chain are rusted. It doesn't look like this gate has been opened recently, which means that there's no possibility that the Sky Bandits entered through here. I wonder if that's why the army never investigated the place. You're probably not going to find any clues searching around in an old mine, that's for sure. What's wrong, Estelle? Maybe it's just me, but do you feel any air flowing out of here? When you say out of here, do you mean the mine? Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Joshua wet the tip of his index finger with his tongue and held it out. You're right, Estelle. It's rather subtle, but there is air flowing out of here. Just like I thought, huh? Sometimes your senses can be surprisingly sharp, you know that? I wonder if you get that from your father. My dad doesn't have anything to do with it. But forget about that. Aren't you more interested in what's inside this old mine? There's certainly a possibility that it connects to somewhere. It's probably worth checking out. Well, in that case, let's bust this lock off. Hey, don't you even think about doing that. For now, we'd better head back to the village and talk with the elder. He might have the key. You're no fun, Schera. Come on, Schera, just use your fire art. The gates, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Why? I heard this from Louis, so don't get mad at me if I'm wrong. But aren't you guys from the Brazer Guild? That's awesome! So even girls can be bracers too, huh? I always thought that you couldn't be a bracer unless you were tough like Agate. Hi, you guys! Did you find something out? I can't say for sure, but I don't think the thing you saw was a dream. Really? We're going to do a little more investigating, so please give us a bit longer to see what we came up with. Okay, good luck, you guys! What's Vince's new theory now? This is the time for us women to shine. Even Laura's wife is the queen of the house. And for heaven's sake, we even have Her Majesty the Queen. Cool, cool, girl power. I had my own store in the Beau's Market at one time. However, I feel more comfortable in my hometown. Unfortunately, this place is out of the way, and sometimes it's difficult to get products in stock. I know I'm a bit shy, but I love doing this job. We get people from all over with interesting stories about the world, and it makes me feel all warm and tingly inside just hearing them. I'm so happy when someone who stayed here before comes back again. Aw, that's nice. Hey, it's Annalise. Well, if it isn't Annalise, please join our party. Oh, hi, Scherazard. Don't tell me you're here on a job with the guild too. Actually, yeah. It seems like we're all bogged down with work, huh? That's it? No, come join us, please. One more thing, Scherazard. The region has become really dangerous lately. Make sure to be careful, which is why we need you with us. Come on. We can be friends. I started this place with my childhood friend, Apple. Of course, I was the one who invited her to join me in this venture. She's a bit of an introvert, so I wasn't sure she was up for it, but she was surprisingly eager to give it a shot. Well, I'm glad you guys made your dream come true. I'm glad. Okay. I don't think my husband is wrong in his opinions, because the fact is he grows the most delicious fruit in the entire village. That said, I don't think it would hurt to try accepting new ways of growing fruit. Alright. Maybe you can talk some sense into him. Louis seems to be rather upset. I wonder what's wrong. Nobody believes him. I'd be upset too. Pesca relies too much on those orbit-run machines. And look what it's brought him, fruit that tastes much less delicious than mine. I just don't know how I feel about shipping out something like that from Ravenue Village. Too bad, too bad. I really love raising fruit myself, so I'm glad that I came along with my husband. It's been a while coming, but gradually we've been able to confide in the other villagers. But Gray is someone we've never been able to get close to. It's okay, keep working on him. It's not like I want to turn everything into mechanized cultivation. To begin with, orchard cultivation is difficult to do with machines anyway. Even if we used orbital machines to help us out, a large portion of the work would still rely on things done by hand. And as it stands, we don't have enough people here in the village to do everything by hand. This is why I think we should use machines where we need them. I agree with you, dude. I agree with you. Work together. I get what Gray is trying to say, but I think that Pesca has the best idea. I think we should sit down and discuss this, as it really is important to the whole village. Vote on it. That always turns out well. Anywhere we haven't been? I don't think so. We'll talk to the mayor in a bit. But first, we need to spend more money on this, because we just keep running into monsters. And I mean that literally. We just keep running into monsters. Alright. Okay, let's go talk to the mayor now. Ask him for the key. Are you looking for my husband? Since it's this time of the day, I'm sure he's up at the gravesite on the hill. Okay, thank you. We didn't even notice he was missing, honestly. So this is where you are, Elder Ryzen. Oh, it's you young bracers, is it? Well, this is a rather extravagant grave for a small village like this, isn't it? It was erected to mourn all those souls we lost 10 years ago. Since the Bose region is nearest to the Empire, it was in the thick of the fray. And this village lost a number of good people in the hostilities. That's just sad. That's terrible. There's no need for you to get somber too, though. These days, cleaning this monument is just one of my daily routines. But I guess you wouldn't have come up here if you didn't think there was something I could help you with, right? Oh, right. There was something we wanted to talk to you about. But before that, would you mind if we paid our respects as well? I know we don't have any flowers to give, but we'd at least like to offer up a prayer. Oh, I see. No, of course I don't mind. I'm sure all those looking down from above would be overjoyed by the gesture. So you say there might be some clues in that old mine, huh? I know for certain that the soldiers didn't check inside. After I heard Louis' story, it really got me thinking. We'd like to check the place out just in case, so would you mind lending us the key to the entrance? The key for that padlock, huh? Give me a minute here. I'm sure I put it in this drawer. Oh, right, here it is. Okay, this should get you inside. Abandoned mine key. Wow, this key looks ancient. Many thanks, Elder Ryzen. This will really help a lot. Don't mention it. We're always indebted to the Brazer Guild for their help. It's only natural that we would try and return the favor. Thank you. If everyone we dealt with were as supportive or as cooperative as you, it would make our lives a lot easier. We'll be sure to let you know if we find anything. I would appreciate that. I hope you managed to find what you're looking for in the mine. Please let me know if you find anything. You bet. When the mine was in use, the village enjoyed a period of economic growth. In fact, this place was so lively with miners and merchants, you could have almost called it a small city instead of a town. However, following the war, this place became quite lonely. That's sad. Okay, so nothing new here. Alright, nothing new there. Okay. Let's go back to the mine. So we made it back to the mine, and we are going to stop here for now and pick back up next time. There will probably be many deaths ahead of us, so we gotta prepare ourselves mentally for all of that.